Do any of y'all think there are more similarities here than maybe you thought there were when you came in?
I think there's more similarities.
Yeah. I
Okay.
always thought there
Do you think there are like huge differences between these two? Raise your hand. Okay. Your student debt is in the news right now, and a lot of students are coming out in debt anywhere from $75,000, $150,000, $200,000. And we're saying if the colleges and universities are not preparing students for the real world, if they're not toughing them up, if they're not giving them a diversity of thought, if they're not giving them what they need to deal with the challenges they're going to face in a competitive world, what justifies doing it? If these colleges aren't really preparing them, why do it?
Yeah, I mean, one thing that I'm always surprised that Gen Z isn't more adamant about is reforming higher ed, so it doesn't the expenses of it that results in costs keep going up and up and up. So for example, Biden just did loan forgiveness of $10,000 for some and $20,000 for people who qualified for Pell Grants. I could have supported that if it was tied to something that would decrease the overall expensiveness of college, because what people don't understand is that $70,000 you're paying for at Sarah Lawrence College, that's coming from a massive expansion of staff and bureaucracy, things that aren't related to rigor, things that aren't related to quality. And we're putting a generation in horrible debt for that. And we do the forgiveness without anything to lower the expensiveness and the expansion of the administrative class. I think it's setting up people for a disaster. I think it's been very hard on both. I'm Gen X. It's been hard on Gen X, but it's particularly hard on millennials and Gen Z. And it can't keep going this way.
I'd like to introduce Milky Tran, writer and director at Jubilee, a media and entertainment company here in LA with over 12 million subscribers.
Hi.
Milky, where are you?
I'm
Oh, there
over
you are
here.
back there. Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you, Dr. Phil.
You've been listening to all of this, and,
Yeah.
and is there that big a difference between this generation and baby boomers, or is this just a media phenomenon because it's so on display by the social platforms?
Well, you know, I think working at Jubilee, our mission is to provoke understanding and create human connection. We are a platform that wants to depolarize and create spaces where we can really understand and find middle ground. And through our series, Middle Ground, which you play at the opening of the show, that's exactly what we're doing. We're trying to connect with each other and understand our differences, because I think our values are more aligned than we may think.
Yeah, and you know, as I've really gotten into this and looked at so many of y'all's videos and listened to the things that all of you that we talked to ahead of time said in pre-interviews, wow, it just seemed to me that there are a lot of commonalities. Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.